NC meeting you here again, Squad Fam. We're doing another episode of Sinister Sunday, and today we are going to the abandoned village of Craco, Italy. Now, it was abandoned way back when because supposedly the town had faulty, I should say the village, had faulty piping, which made it vulnerable to lots of landslides. So we're going to learn all about their history and the town as it stands now. So believe it or not, guys, this town in Italy called Craco was founded in 540 AD by the Greeks who came inland. It is sitting on a very high cliff. I think it's 1,300 feet above the valley that's below them. So yeah, it's a really high cliff. Just like the one behind me. So basically, by the early 20th century, there's about 1,300 people living there. Now, that is about the same amount of how high it is from the valley below, so that's kind of funny. But the conditions worsened there. First of all, there was, wars. And I mean, they were taken over. Then, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on. But the worst thing that actually made this town abandoned was the natural disasters and really the landslides, earthquakes. So in 1963, it became official. All 1,800 residents at the time were forced to leave for their own safety and relocate to a new town in the valley below. I don't know if there was landslides and stuff, if I would want to live below the town. I don't know. And the earthquakes only happen up on the cliff and not in the valley below? Supposedly faulty piping. They said the town was built wrong, and all this stuff. So for all these years, it's been abandoned. They've been making movies there. It's safe to live there, but you can make movies, and they have tours, and people visit there. A whole thing, the city has fallen into ruins, of course.
Weather-beaten buildings suggest this settlement was occupied for many centuries.
Oh, there's cemeteries. I've even heard that the graves are coming up out of the dirt and probably from the earthquakes and stuff. So sorry, as I was saying. Okay, so here's where it gets sinister. The first real major disaster to them, which killed the most people, happened in 1856, a plague struck, killing hundreds and reducing the population significantly. They only had 1,500 people at that time when the plague hit. So, yeah, it was really bad. So, towards the end of the 19th century, the city reached its maximum expansion limits, and then a severe famine due to poor agricultural conditions caused a mass migration and left the population to about 1,300. And that was between the years of 1892 to 1922. So, even though the place is gorgeous and the view is insane and you go there and it's like, oh my God, yeah, you don't want to. And that's like the sinister part of the deal, is that they, now people just think that town is cursed. And that's where all the haunted stuff comes along. Like, oh no, it's cursed, and so then it's automatically haunted, and it is a ghost town. Hundreds of people died there. The earliest mention of it in like history writings was, I think, 1060 AD. So yeah, it's old. It's Most of the buildings are like from built during medieval times. So the buildings look very medieval and castle-y and all that stuff. So of course I'm going to put in pictures for you guys. On a cliff top in the boot of Italy. And it was built on like clay and soil and various other types of red, green, and dark green clay. So it was highly unstable, and that's why they're having all these problems with landslides. They had one in the 1600s, one in 1805, one in 1857, and one in 1933. It finally succumbed to a natural disaster when landslides occurred during the 1950s and through the early 1970s. To give you some other facts on this, they had a deli shop. They also had a cinema that was operational from the mid 1950s and a carpentry shop. There was a bar, tobaccino shop, which I guess is a tobacco shop. Sold cigarettes, salt, newspapers, and other convenient items. So basically, like a 7-Eleven. Shops that sold fruits, vegetables, and cereals. So it was a booming place, you know. You had entertainment, like movie theaters, you had, food places. Like I said, like a 7-Eleven. So it wasn't like, you were missing out on stuff. Such a shame. It's a beautiful place. Wait till you see the pictures. I'm thinking, who knows? Maybe I'll live there again. Um, but just, I know from my experience, places where the people died of plagues, especially where there was younger children that died of plagues, that place is super haunted. I'm more than sure. So what do you guys think of this island? I keep saying island, but it's a village. Just between Mother Nature, the plagues, the takeovers that happened where, hey, like I know for me, if I came and settled in a town and we had law and we had churches and all this stuff, and some guy came and was like, I own this town now, I'd be pretty PO'd. Like, and how many people did they kill to conquer the village, not once, but I think it was 3 times. So I just think that if we were to go to this town, we'd have a lot of spirits to cross over. I put this on the Sinister Sunday, not so much for people seeing the ghosts and stuff, but more for the fact that it's super sad, very sinister background of the town, because that to me does sound like a cursed town, if you ask me. It was gorgeous. Now it's fallen in ruins, but it still has its gorgeous physique about it. Thank you guys for watching and for coming to another Sinister Sunday. And I will see you guys next Sunday where we'll try to get something haunty, like real haunty with some ghosts. Let's see. Dirt and probably from the earthquakes and stuff. So really interesting place. Motherfucker.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Goddamn YouTube notifications. There's a World War II. Let's say that again. They also had a cinema that was operational from the mid 1950s and screened such Italian classics as, and I can't say them because they're in Italian. So since Craco, I think it's Caraco. I think it's Craco. I think that's how you pronounce it.